So hey guys, this is modeling non-Gaussian time series with ScoreDrivenModels.jl. I am Guilherme. I am a master student from PUC-Rio, and I built this package in order to do rapid prototyping in my research. So I'm going to divide this presentation in like two parts. The first one is just some context of some technical background, and the second part is how I did it with Julia. So some context is that score-driven models are also known as generalized autoregressive score, GAS, and dynamic conditional score, DCS models. You can find those names in the literature. This class of models was proposed almost simultaneously by two different research groups. One is from Creal and Koopman in 2013, and at the same time, it was a similar approach was proposed by Harvey the same year. So I quote Harvey: "This is a unified and comprehensive theory for a class of nonlinear time series models in which the dynamics of changing parameters such as location and scale, this means like mean or variance, it's driven by the score of the distribution, the conditional distribution." Okay, so the first thing you might ask is, in the score-driven framework, is what is the score? What does this mean? The score is just a partial derivative of the log likelihood function with respect to a parameter. So let's see an example. If you have a normal distribution, if you make a score-driven model assuming a normal distribution, the score with respect to the mean will be the derivative of the log likelihood distribution with respect to mu, one of its parameters. And this can be interpreted as a sensitivity of the likelihood function with respect to its parameters. Okay. So the idea of the framework is that you assume that your variable, your observations, they come from this distribution that you specified, and that the distribution itself, it varies over time. Its parameters, like the mu, like the mean in the case of normal, and the variance, the mu and sigma 2, they vary over time. And this can be generalized to whichever other distributions, like the beta, the alpha and beta parameters can vary over time. If you have a log normal distribution and so on, they vary over time. So the idea is that you update this distribution, the mechanism that varies the updating of the distribution, following an updating mechanism that accounts for the score. So whenever a new observation arrives, you evaluate the score with respect to this parameter, and you update the distribution parameter in the direction that maximizes the likelihood. So this is the idea of the score-driven framework. This is one of the updating mechanisms proposed by Creal et al. In 2013 that they call the GAS PQ. Okay, so let's just see an example to see why this is useful. Imagine that you have to model a time series of a variable that is strictly positive. In my case, I study energy, the Brazilian energy sector. One of the proxies for energy prices is the affluent natural energy. And this is also useful in transmission expansion planning and other kinds of stochastic models. You have to generate scenarios of affluent natural energy. Affluent natural energy can be seen as the conversion of inflow in energy for hydropower plants in Brazil. Like it's a good interpretation. So this is obviously positive, like the energy cannot be negative in this case. So you have to restrict the time series to be always positive. So if you use like normal Gaussian approach, it has nothing that tells the model, so like you cannot go below 0. So what you do normally, what happens in these cases is that as you go more steps ahead into your scenario simulation, you reach scenarios under 0 and you have to treat them some way that's not very natural and it's like really hard coded, you might say. So one classic approach for treating this algorithmically is that you model the logarithm of the variable, like the log of the ANE. And this works for forecasting, but it doesn't work for scenario simulation. So I'm going just to show a little example, like modeling with a gas PQ model and modeling with a standard Gaussian model. So here's the difference between the modeling the log of the ANE. In the right, we took a basic structural model. This is a pretty standard time series model. And we tried generating scenarios for it by taking the log, modeling the series, making the scenarios, and then exponentiating the scenarios. You can see that very fast, it explodes and goes below levels that were never seen before in the time series. And when you model it within the score-driven framework, it is really stable because you are modeling exactly like that the observations follow this log normal distribution, not that the log of the observations follow a normal distribution. And this is a little bit tricky, but it has huge impact in your analysis. So okay, now that you understand a little bit why this is useful and why do we do this, I'm gonna just show like that. Well, in our package, you can define all this model, like all the lines of code that define the left model are just 4 lines of code. You define a model, you define its lag structure here, and you define like what distribution that you want. Here we did an heuristic for initialization for the initial parameters of this model, and then we just call the fit and a forecast to estimate the model and forecast all the observations. So this was all built on top of distributions.jl. It is really nice because we inherit lots of cool features of distribution.jl. And in order to define the model, you saw that I just put it a struct of the distribution I wanted. And inside, we implemented like different methods, and we used multiple dispatch to call scores and log likelihoods and all kinds of functions that we may want in the middle of the estimation. So if you want to add a new distribution to the package, is really simple. You just go in distributions, you evaluate these derivatives, and you put in the score, and you evaluate the log likelihood and put it there. So it's simple. The nice part of the interface with distributions.jl is that we inherit lots of cool features such as location scale transformations. So you can take a distribution and you can like adapt to a new one without needing to build another sampler and everything. You inherit automatically all the distributions that the package has. And you can use some functions like the maximum likelihood estimation for heuristics. And this is really nice and would be very, very difficult to do in other languages such as R and Python. Okay, so we have a roadmap also for the package. Another application of score-driven models is signal extraction, because it also, the time varying parameters, it says you have to calculate them all the way. So this is also, it works also as kind of a filter. And when you model heavy tail distributions, they handle outliers like way better than if you model with Gaussian distributions. We have to add new score-driven models, not only the GAS-PQ, but an observer components-like models that are discussed and proposed in the book that Harvey wrote in 2013. And we should explore building the scores on top of distribution AD, so we don't have to input the derivations anymore. We should do it all automatically, and every time that a new distribution is implemented in distribution AD, it automatically fits the score-driven models framework. Okay, thank you. These are some references if you want to read them.